Okay, so this video is to add the round parts. So I'm going to hit escape. If I go back, and maybe you have trouble seeing that, but when I hover over this object, so if you, this is an extrude, this is an extrude, this is the correction of the bottom ones. I don't know what these things are. Oh, changing it into components. So this is really what we want, and it's because of this angle thing. So we're going to do a right click on there. We're going to edit that feature. So if you remember back, I said that we should put a curve or an arc on there. So I'm just going to draw a line, and we're going to bring it back. I don't know if there's a dimension or whatever. That's kind of the midpoint of the 38. I don't know, it seems to click there. So if we could follow that, that would be awesome. Let's see if we can draw a line across from here. So that's 0 degrees. And I just want to know what that distance is. So I'm going to take a dimension. So that's about 16. So if I was to draw a line 16 down from that, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can draw 16 down from here. I'm going to overdraw it. And then I'm going to pull a dimension off of that. And then I'm going to link it to this here. So that way if I change this measurement, that one will change too. Okay, so it looks like I can go 16 down. So I'm going to draw another arc. Create arc. So I'm going to start at this point. It's kind of hesitating here. Not liking that. Okay, so there, finally clicked on the spot that I wanted. I gotta go to the same spot over here. Let's see if it'll allow me to do that. So you can see that that's straight across. And then I'm gonna add it to there. So now, because we've anchored it to these places, we should be able to play with this measurement a little bit. So let's say if we changed it to 20 and hit enter, it shifted everything. It kind of broke here. So let's fix that up. So we'll go back once, and we're going to take a dimension off of this. So we'll click on there and here. And I want to have that linked to this. So, and then I'm going to hit enter. So now when I go, I think 20 was too much. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to triple click in there or whatever. I'm going to try 18. I'm going to hit enter. And that seemed to not break. We still got a space here. So let's try 19. Now, if you take 38 divided by 2, 19 makes sense, right? So we're probably going to be like half a mil off of here, but it doesn't matter. So now what we want is we want to draw another arc. Now there's probably a better way of doing this, but I hopefully can click on the midline here. No, it's not liking that. So I'm going to escape. I'm going to draw a little construction line. And I'm going to click here. I'm going to hit D for dimension. And I want to dimension that this measurement divided by 2. Now you could just type in the number, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to draw that. I'm going to hit D for a dimension. I'm going to pull that across. And I'm going to type in. It's giving me a suggestion. So I don't know how I select that. We could go D58. See if that works out, and then divide by 2. It doesn't seem to like it. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to back out of that. And I'm going to click on this dimension here. And then I'm going to go divide by 2 and hit enter. Okay, so now I have another point that I can click on. And the last point that I want is here. So I'm going to do my last line. So I feel like I should save. Let's do a save before it crashes. So we're going to draw one more line in the middle because we need 3 points for an arc, right? So I'm going to click this spot. I'm going to hit D on the keyboard just so that it's pretty easy to get that line. And I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to grab this reference number, divide by 2, and hit enter. Okay, so what I have now is I have a whole bunch of lines that I can make into construction lines. But now when I go to draw that arc, I can click easily on the end. Come on. Okay, so there it clicked. And I can do the same thing over here. I clicked on the end, and then I can click here. And the reason I want to do that is because that's where I want to center my dowels. Okay, so I'm going to hit escape to get out of the arc tool. I'm going to make these construction lines because I don't want them for real. And now I'm going to start with my center dowel. So if you were to do this, you might want to do some research as to what size dowel would be the best. I'm going to just hit 16 because this is supposed to be fun. Okay, so now I've got this line which can be a construction line, this line which can be a construction line, and I've just basically got a circle. And now I need to figure out how many should go this way. It would be nice if I could do a circular pattern. Let's try that just for fun. So how do I do that? I want to find the radius of this. So I'm going to go with that and see if I can pull a radius off this line. And it is giving me a radius. So it's giving me a ridiculous radius. So let's just write that down. So it's 339.016. So if we had a circle that was 339 degrees in diameter, I guess that's radius, then that would match that up. So what we can do, which might be kind of odd, is we can draw a line from the center point. And we can go straight up. We can type in the number, so 339.106. And we can hit enter. And what do we get? We get this right here. We want this to be a construction line. So let's hit X. And so if we just create a circular pattern, so it says select the object. So the object is this circle. Select the center point is, this is why we drew this line up here, is up here. Now we've never done this for a circular pattern, but we don't want the full distance, we want partial. And We don't want 180 degrees. We probably want about 30 degrees. We want it symmetrical. Let's just try that. That actually worked quite well. And then we just want to increase the number. So we'll bring this over. We'll zoom in. And so right now we have 5. Let's just try increasing that. That's 6. Now you can see that it's going off to one side. So let's see if we make it an odd number. So 7 is nice. So the objects is selected as 2. We probably could change that to 1. So we just want the outside. And we've still got 7. We've got it symmetrical. We've got it 30 degrees. Quantity is 7, and we had to draw the center of the circle. And let's click OK. Okay, so now we can finish the sketch. And it turned off, so we got to go open up our sketch, and hopefully it comes back. So we're going to turn it so we can see what's going on. And from here, we're going to use extrude. We're going to grab our circles, and because we made those construction lines, we don't have to have the trouble of half circles. So if you're getting half circles, it's because your lines were in construction. Now once again, we're going to go to the top of this. You could argue that you want to go further, like if you're actually going to make this chair, these would go into the base of the chair, and they would go up into the head plate or whatever. So we're going to go to an object, and we're going to select the top, and that should be it. We want it to be new component, and we're going to click OK. So what happened here is we've got them all as one component, and if you open up, you probably got separate bodies. So we basically got a whole bunch of different bodies, which we could turn into components if we wanted to. Hopefully that makes sense. And then the last thing we can do for this is we can change the color, of course. So let's go, we're going to call these round upper rods. And we'll click right. We'll go to appearance, and we're going to keep with the cherry color. Let's just call them, make them all. And then we can also go with the upper supports. Upper back leg. Let's cancel that. It's this one here. And we can close. So when you turn it around, this is what we've got. It all based off that one sketch that was angled. And when we turn the cushion back on and the legs, we only have to do the top part. Now the top part is where you can get the most fancy stuff going on there. So I think that worked out well. Okay, good luck doing those.